Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin, welcome. And today I am finally updating my 101 pans project. So with this project I am aiming to hit 101 eyeshadow pans. I'm not giving myself a time kind of gap. It just, when it happens, it happens. And as I said, it's been a while since I updated this and we've only got 7 new pans to talk about. Now, I have a theory. I have a very small pan that palette this year, so I've not been able to hit as many pans as I would have liked to. Because I'm focusing so much on that palette, it's only like a 4-pan palette, so like I'm not going to be hitting many pans, and that is my focus for the year. But we have hit a few pans. It's taken us a few months. It's a little embarrassing, and yes, I am in my comfies. It's half term, I'm allowed to. There we go, that's my excuse. But just before we jump into this video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I do so many shop my stashes, get ready with me's, and project pans, normally with bright, fun, colourful makeup, but I toned it down today. I'm travelling all day today. Another reason why I'm in my comfies. I need to pack and I've got a cheeky 3-hour train journey, so give a girl a break. Okay, so let's get into this. We are starting from pan number 33. That's where we left off last time. So 33 comes from my Sunset Horizons palette. It is this shade Hibiscus right here. It is the purple. This was in a Pan Those Eyeshadows project and I struggled with this. If you're new to my channel, hello. I don't like pink or purple really. Pink and purples are quite difficult for me to use. I don't like them on myself. So having a bright purple, like a Barney purple, was quite difficult for me to use. I did end up pairing it with like a neutral mauve and that definitely toned down the colour a lot. But yeah, purple, I'm glad the purple's out. I don't jam with this. This isn't my preferred shade at all. So yeah, and this palette in general, I don't really know why. It's just not speaking to me. I don't know. I don't really know why I picked it up. I do, it's because of Make Me Up Misser. She makes me buy anything she talks about. Next is from my old Pan That palette. This is my Sofix Revolution palette, and we have a lot of pans in this. There's a lot. But today we're talking about this purple shade. This is the shade Mixed Berries. Again, I don't like purples. This is why this shade was left without a pan when I was panning it actively. I just don't reach for it. I don't like purples. I think this was in a This Is Fantasy project pan. I think, I'm not too sure, but we did manage to hit pan on it. This is definitely my least favourite shade in the whole palette. I'm very glad that there is a pan in it. When I decide that I'm gonna like actively be panning this again, I'm not sure what the fate of this shade will be. I don't know if I will continue to work on it. I don't know if I will kind of roll it out or declutter it. I'm not too sure, but as of right now, I'm glad that I have a pan on it. That is pan number 34. So now we only have 2 eyeshadows without pan in this palette. I did want to have pan in this whole palette this year, but I was slacking. A little bit, I'm sorry. Next we have a single. This is the shade Rose Quartz from my LA Splash palette. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. This was in a Pan Those Eyeshadows as well. I recently rolled in like a new aspect of my Pan Those eyeshadows where basically I roll in a single shadow. I want to start working on my singles. My singles get no love at all. So I thought, you know what, it's time. I want to open my singles palettes and I want to see shiny, shiny pan because right now it's all just pristine. And I know that makes some people happy, but it does not make me happy. So I wanted to work on my single shadows. So this was the first one, again, in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. This was a nice shade. It was just like a neutral, slightly pink leaning. It worked with that kind of neutrally mauve that I was talking about before. It worked with both of these purples, to be honest. It's slightly pink, but it also went with like a neutral look like I'm wearing today, which was really, really nice. So yeah, I'm glad that I had a single pan. Next is from my Modern Renaissance palette. This was from a Pan Those Eyeshadows project, and we are talking about the shade Raw Sienna, which is this end shade here. Now, it's not going to look very shiny because the pan has rusted, and I've seen a lot of people have this issue. I think Danny had this issue. Sophie had this issue. Jessica, I think, is having this issue as well. Pretty much everyone who pans this palette is saying that the rust is not great. So there is a pan, I promise. Hopefully you can see, but it's not shiny. It's a bit dirty. I am wanting to pan this palette next year, so I did start working on it a little bit this year, just trying to hit a few pans. I finished this shade as well, which is really exciting. But yeah, I've just been wanting to get a little bit of use out of it before I start really committing to it next year. And yeah, I'm glad I got this pan. There is also Burnt Orange is a very recent pan as well, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Raw Sienna, which is the shade 36. So it's taking a while. It's taking a long time. I've heard of people who completed this project within like a year. I don't know how you do that. That's kind of crazy to me. Okay, next we are talking about another single. This is the shade Ranch. Please say you can see that. This is from the J-Star Conspiracy palette, and I'm gonna say, I say this whenever I talk about these shades, I do not support Jeffree Star anymore. That is the reason I depotted all of the shades, because I don't want to see his face, I don't want to see his logo, I don't want to see anything about him when I open my makeup collection. So I depotted all of his shades, and this is why this is a single. I can't quite remember what project this was. I'm not too sure. My brain's gone blank. It was definitely in a project though. This was just a really nice inner corner highlight. I used it every day. It didn't take that long to hit pan on. As you can see, the pan is very like precise. So I did use a very tiny brush to like dig right in there. So yeah, it didn't take me very long to use up. I would eventually like to completely finish this pan. That would be amazing, I think. I do want to get rid of a lot of J-Star stuff from my collection. Like, I don't have a lot, but like, I don't know. A lot of it is like eyeshadows, which are now singles, which I would like to just get out. And it's just like a weird thing in my brain that it's like, it's still a product from him that I really don't want to show and I really don't want to support. So I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll do a little bit of a project trying to get all of his stuff out. But yeah, it's a really vibrant shade. I really do enjoy it. So yeah, there's that. Next is a shade from my XX Revolution Chameleon palette. I did depot this palette, and this is again an inner corner shade, but it's got a slight blue iridescence to it. This was in a project 10 uses, and we hit pan about use 8, I think. It's really shallow. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, but there was not a lot of product in those pans, and it's very, very shallow. We will definitely finish this next year. That is a goal. You can see how big the pan is after 10 uses. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, you can see it's not going to take long to completely finish this, I don't think. It's quite an easy shade for me to put in my inner corner. I love blue eyeshadow. We know this. So yeah, we will definitely finish that next year. And then finally is a shade, again, that I will definitely finish next year, and it's a Jeffree Star shade, again, which is amazing. This is the shade My Pills, which is just like a lid setting shade. This is the shadow that I'm using to set my lid every single day, and because I repressed it, it is very kick-uppy, like extremely kick-uppy, so I don't think it will take too long to finish this. It is slightly pink. My undertones are kind of neutral to yellow, so it kind of clashes a little bit, but once I put my eyeshadow on and everything else, you can barely see it. Like, you literally can't see it here. So it's fine. But yeah, a lot of kick up comes up on this, so we will definitely have this finished by next year, which is amazing. And that was pan number 39. So that is the update. It's definitely going slower than I expected and originally planned. But like I said, I'm working on such a small pan that palette this year that I'm not going to be hitting pans left, right and center. That's okay. You know what? That's fine. So yeah, slowly but surely we are getting there. As I said, we're on 39 right now, but 39 is from when we started counting. We actually have 68 pans in my collection as a whole, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But from when we started counting, I have 39 pans. How many pans do you have in your collection? I would love to know. Wish me luck on this journey. Oh my gosh, I don't want to go. Like, I love my mum, but I don't want to go. Have an incredible day, and I will see you in the next video.